Hi friends. Whew, mercy. I just showered and it just feels so good to be clean and to be home, and just like it has been the biggest whirlwind of the last few days. So say hey when you're hopping on. Long time no see. Seriously. All right, we're gonna get ready for bed. I am sure I've been super stressed out. My face is not like, I have not really done skincare all week. I feel like even my Oura ring is like so tight. I just feel like very swollen, very inflamed. Just flying tends to do that to me. Does anyone else get swollen when you fly? I'm not sure what the science behind that is, but I definitely feel swollen. Anyways, if you missed this week, well, I haven't really been on live, but if you missed the week before where I was telling you what was going on, I've been in Tennessee for the last several days, and I have been packing up a lot of our stuff. The basement of our house in Tennessee had a lot of our things in it, just a lot of sentimental stuff, a lot of clothes, a lot of things we did not move with us when we moved to Puerto Rico. So we moved to Puerto Rico almost a year and a half ago, and originally we were just coming for the summer, seeing how we liked it. House was just there in case we didn't like it, we were going to come back or whatever. Well, we ended up falling in love with it and decided we would live here. And during that time, our house in Tennessee, we rented it on Airbnb. We then had renters that decided, Adam's giving me a charger. Thanks. So that my phone doesn't die for you guys. Perfect. I'm at 7%. Anyways, so we've had it rented out. We rented it partially furnished, but with all our stuff in the basement. So now it's almost time for their year lease to be up, and they want to buy the home. So heads up, we're trying to get Beta to sleep, and that is no better than it was when I left, if not worse. I'm gonna shut this door. I don't match. Honestly, I just threw a sweatshirt on so that I didn't have to put a bra on. That's the truth. After I showered. Okay, so anyway, so that's what I've been doing. I have gotten so many questions, like how did you decide what to keep? Do you get to bring it all with you? If you have questions, drop them below. You would have loved to have gone through all those treasures. So partly, the sad part-ish was I did have just like a lifetime of collections of little things. Some of them nice, some of them just good clearance finds, antique finds. And it is incredibly expensive to ship things to Puerto Rico. Our small little pods that we are shipping was $5,000. So that's why we only have 2 pods that we're shipping down here. Because a lot of my things, I'm like an Amazon person. A lot of my stuff, it's not really even expensive enough to take up room in the pod. And if I really, really needed an extra disco ball diffuser, that was $13, it doesn't make sense to fill it up into the pod when the pod is so expensive. So I did a lot of giving to my sister, giving to friends, and then donating. So the way we started the process was a little overwhelming. So Adam stayed here with Beta and Christian. So this was just me, Lexi, and Lola. Lexi had to get her braces off. So then Lola was sad she wasn't gonna come. So we ended up getting a ticket for her to come too, and that's how it worked out. The movers canceled the first day, and our big trailer we were gonna rent could not fit under the power line. So that's how we ended up with the 2 pods. And the guy is there literally wearing a shirt that says, "I love Jesus." His name was Ryan. He's going to he's been a baseball player at a local college, and he's trying to go to the major leagues. He literally asked us when he was leaving, is there anything I can pray with you guys about? When I tell you he was a godsend of a mover, he was only there 3 hours, but I just felt like God put him there for a reason, right? And he comes down, I'm there, my mother-in-law's there, my friend, a couple friends are there, the girls are there. He comes in and he's like, so what's your plan? At this point, I had just arrived at the house. I'm catching you guys up. This is a long story. You might not be interested in this, but so I get there and it is to the ceiling of our stuff in this basement. And I have no plan. The dumpster did not arrive when it was supposed to. We have no pods to put or trailer to put anything in. I am like freaking out. I have 3 days really to do this because I had to get Lexi's braces off as well. And I was like crying. And I was like, I have no idea. I don't know what the plan should be. I'm probably not really good at this. Like, I've never done this before. And so he just was like, you know, okay. Like, I just felt like it was a lot of big decisions. And he said, how about we start with the things you know you don't want, and we'll just make a pile for donations and a pile for trash. And that's how we started the process of like, opening a box. What do we want? What do we not want? And I truly believe, even though he was there for like 3 hours, like he had something else going on or whatever, I really believe he was like supposed to be there because it just felt like we made progress and I could see like we can do this. And I had another friend text me and she was like, I'm just praying that you get more done than you could ever imagine, because I just was like, I don't know how we're gonna get all this done. Multiple days, movers didn't show up, like, but friends, family, like so many people we love and care about ended up coming and helping. And so that's kind of how we decided. So the weirdest thing, I'm gonna make, this is turmeric and I'm gonna add creatine and take some colostrum, but this is for inflammation. Every part of my body hurts. I've never done more physical labor probably in my entire life, maybe other than birthing a child. Like, shout out to like my mother-in-law, my friends, my kids, like so much. Also, fun things I found. I didn't have time to record a lot because we were going at like fast pace, nonstop. Like every day my Oura ring was like 10 hours of stress, 11 hours of stress. Like, because I had to be out, my flight was like at 6 a.m. Monday morning. So trying to get everything done. Technically Lexi got her braces off on Thursday, but I just got around to posting about it today. But anyways, because obviously we're back in Puerto Rico now. So it says it's freezing. I just got a new internet thing and my upload speed says it's 500. So if it's freezing, try hopping out and hopping back in, or check on your side. Is anyone else freezing? Because I'm supposed to be at like 500 times better internet. Adding creatine because it helps with bloating, helps with muscle healing, and I'm just sore. I was like emotionally drained, physically drained, mentally drained, and I honestly can't believe we like pulled it off. So it really was a miracle. But when I saw my friend and she was like, how did it go? I was like, thank you for your prayers, because seriously. So I had an interesting situation happen. Last time I went back to Tennessee, it was before the renters were there. It was all only my stuff. It was last November. And I cried most of the time I was there. I just felt like, I love our life here in Puerto Rico, but I just kind of felt like walking in and being like, oh, I'm home. But yet it wasn't my home. Like we were gonna be renting it out and everything. And this time when I walked in, it felt like I'm at someone else's house and I need to get my stuff out. Like, I don't know how, like, and they did have their things, their pictures on the wall, like so many things were just different. And I don't know if it's just like the Holy Spirit really helped me. I have prayed a lot, like, God, like I believe God opened the door for us to move to Puerto Rico. I could not tell you how many amazing, like how it all worked out. We have loved living here. My kids are thriving here. Like we genuinely, I have no doubt I'm where I'm supposed to be. So that kind of like made it a little easier to leave, but it's still, you know, like sad. And this trip there, I cried looking through like my grandparents' things and putting like little things of my kids or things that I remember doing, but not cried because I was sad of leaving that. If anything, I just felt like I need this to be done so that I can like move forward. Like, I don't want to have one foot in somewhere and one foot out. I don't want to feel like, I don't know. I just want to like move forward, get the things that I want out. I don't like having all our family pictures and old VHS tape. This sounds silly, but all the things up there, I just want to move them here. I just want to like finalize all the important things being here. And so if you saw the U-Hauls in the reels, we donated 2 very full U-Hauls. I have probably gotten hundreds of messages of where all that stuff went. The Women's Donation Center, like the women's shelter, was not accepting donations. They said their donations were full, which I was like, it's really unfortunate because there's a lot of stuff. So we donated everything to the Goodwill in Hickson, Tennessee by North Cape Mall. So if you are close to that area, there is good stuff there. We also don't, any friends, family, anyone that was there helping, like took whatever they wanted that we weren't bringing with us. Like, I can't bring like leaf blowers, weed eaters, like backpack blowers and toolboxes and clothes, shoes, like bags, just like so many things I could not bring. Lamps and dressers and all of that's at the Goodwill. Cute plate things. So if you're close, you'll be shocked at how much you can like collect over the years, but that's where they are. We dropped off 2 whole U-Hauls. Then we also had just stuff. I'm like kind of a hoarder. I kept everything that I thought maybe if I needed it one day, maybe if I was poor again one day, maybe like 40 pairs of black leggings. Like, what if maybe I need it? Like, so things that were just like broken that I maybe would fix. So that's what we did for the trash. If nobody wanted it, if it wasn't in good condition, I did not donate it. Like stuff in the shed, there were mice. My cousin was holding this box, you guys. One time Watermelon, our cat, got lost for 12 days. She got lost. We were getting Christmas trees out of the shed, and she was an outdoor cat. She roamed around all the time. She didn't come home every day. Like, she was just a roamer. Well, I was like, I can't find her anywhere. So I finally went back on our Ring camera and like looked, and I noticed the day she went missing was the day we got our trees out. She stayed alive for 12 days in that shed, and it is because it is just a mouse house, right? And poor Watermelon. Like, I'm just glad that's what happened. Glad we found her. That was years ago. Well, going through this, there were just like rat's nests, but they were mice. So Carson's holding it, and he's like, do you want anything in this box? And I was like, I don't know, let me look. I just like, this was at the beginning of going through the shed, like lift it up, and you guys, 2 mice jump up, crawl up me, and then crawl down my legs. I thought I was going to actually like have a heart attack. There were so many. We ran across several mice and a lot of snake skins. And so anything that was from the shed that was gross, if I wouldn't want to take it, I'm not going to donate it. So that's a lot of what ended up in the dumpster, was like tons of pillows and Christmas decor and stuff that's just like probably been peed on by mice. All Christmas trees went to the dumpster, like all, but they were smelly, you know, like they just, the mice had taken over. And so then the following day, I was like walking through there, and one ran across my foot. And I don't know if you've ever had that happen. I have been fortunate to never have that happen my whole life, but it did happen twice, and my uncle was there for both times, and it probably is on the top 10 moments of funny things he's ever witnessed. So anyways, I just want to say, like, anyone who sent me a message this weekend or over the last like 4 or 5 days, or was like, I miss you, or I've been praying for you, or like, I know this is hard, but I'm really proud of you, or anything sweet. or that has just expressed how much this house also meant to them, I just want to say like thank you, because I felt your prayers, and I truly, it really, really, really felt like a good closure. And the emotional part was just it ending, but not necessarily like it was beautiful. I loved the hat, loved the like clawfoot on the stove. Like I loved the details, but I didn't like miss or long for it to be mine. I'm so excited somebody else is gonna get to enjoy it. And I'm really proud of us for taking like a risk and going after an adventure. And I know that a lot of people message like, I don't think I could ever leave it, or that I could never do that. And I'm just like, I totally get it. But this has kind of taught us that like, it's just a house and just things. And I am proud of us because we are getting to experience another chapter. And I really hope that over the years, we get many chapters to get to experience a lot of things. And I'm grateful that you guys have been along for the journey of like fixing it up and doing all these things. And so had I not been fight or flight mode 4 days straight and had a little time, I would have loved to have like gone through things and just shared. So maybe when the pod gets here, I can show you like what did we actually bring, because I think that's fun. But keep in mind, the people who are buying it are keeping a lot of the things. So like couches, lamps, nightstands, like just most of the things that they're keeping. So, but I did find that when I was 16, I took a Wilton cake decorating class. And apparently I had a certificate for level 1, 2, and 3 at Hobby Lobby. And I have saved it all these years. I also found from 7th grade youth camp pictures of like friends' boyfriends and funny stuff. I found like letters from middle school that people had like, you know, like, will you go to the dance with me? Or like BFF for life type things. So anyways, when it comes in, I would love to go through that kind of stuff with you. And I also think that I found when I was in high school, I did pantomime ministry where I traveled across the Southeast, white face, black robe, like, you know, pantomime, like full on. And I believe I found a VHS recording of this gold. If so, I will try and, I'm gonna get all the VHSs hopefully put into a cloud so we can all watch them. But anyways, okay, I have creamer in here and ice. And tonight I'm doing, I put creatine, which is good for inflammation. It's good for muscle repair. And I put turmeric in here. And we are gonna make like an iced, I don't have anything to stir this. We're just gonna use an eyeshadow thing. But, you moved 28 times. I am so sorry. That is a lot of times moving. I can't even imagine. We've moved several times, like over the years, sometimes because of different reasons. And my sister like gave me a little bit of wisdom on this. So I have moved before because I filed bankruptcy. I've lost a house. I had lost all my furniture. Like we moved because of bad situations. We moved into gross places before that were like, ugh, like you'd step on the floor and like fleas would jump up, like just gross houses, but it's all we could afford. Like we had moved into places like that. I've moved into places where like the basement had rats and you could see through like the window panes and we had to fix them up while I lived in it because it was all I could afford. Like, so I have moved before because of unfortunate circumstances. And my sister was like, you have done hard, not that this isn't hard. She was like, you've done harder things than this. And she was like, and you're in control. She was like, you made the choice you want to move. And if you changed your mind, you could stop this right now, like have it closed, and you could just move back, but you don't want to. Like you love it there. You are happy there. You're thriving there. You like, if I could move there, I would, is what she said. She was like, it's fabulous. And so that was like so reassuring to me because she was right. Like I did make this choice, and I had a moment this week. There's a road. It's really windy, and it went from our house, well, it goes to the other side of town, but specifically where Target is. And a few months before we moved, we just had a lot going on, and there was a situation happening, right, in my personal life. And I was coming home from Target, and I was on, it's called Gad Road. It is a windy, twisty road. And I was crying so hard, and I was praying to God, like, this is probably a month maybe before we found out we were moving. And I was just praying, and I was like, God, if I ever get the chance, I would love to just move. I would love a fresh start. I would love, this was just me, like, heart cry to God, right? I had no idea the opportunity for us to move to Puerto Rico was even on the table at all. Like, I didn't know that this was in my future. I just know that, I don't know if you've ever like wailed to God, like sobbing while driving, sobbing while just praying. I was alone in my car, and I just was like praying, if I ever got the chance, Lord, I just want like a fresh, it just felt, it was just a heavy day. All these things were going on, and I was like, I would just want a fresh start. And as I drove that same road to the house this week, I was like, probably one of the last times I'd driven on it was my time of like praying that God would open doors for me. I did not know what that would look like, or would close certain doors or whatever. And I don't know, it just made it feel like I was like, this is partly what I prayed for. Like, I am walking in answered prayers. And there was just something like really healing and beautiful about it. And I just couldn't help but be like, I don't want to complain or be sad about what truly is a miracle. And I've been praying for community and friendships, and my kids to be surrounded by like great friends, and like, and we did have great friends in Tennessee as well, but like the community aspect here is so different. It is as if you went back 50 years. Everyone, 50 years, but add golf carts. Like, our kids go and do fun things almost every day. Like, it's quite amazing. And we get to go and do fun things with people. And it's just like a big community here. And it has been just a beautiful experience. But I rode down that windy, twisty road, and like the sun was coming through really beautifully, and I just couldn't help but think like, man, one of the last times I was on this road, I was praying and for God to like do miracles in my life and open up doors. And we got the chance to move here, and we tested it out, and we have loved it. And so for anyone, just, I don't know, if you're like needing something to happen in your life, just don't ever underestimate the power of prayer, because I had no idea we would ever move. Like, I did not know. It was just like a heart prayer, and just like asking God to do miracles, and to like believing he would just do something for us, you know. And so that's kind of like an untold story, I guess, about during that. And I really didn't even remember it until I was there again this weekend, and on the same road, but in a totally different circumstance. And I just felt like you are truly living in a lot of your answered prayers right now. And as beautiful as that house was, there is so much peace and love and joy and happiness that we have experienced here, and I am forever grateful for that. So this is just kind of a choice of closing a chapter to possibly experience, because you can't experience something new if you won't get out of the old, you know. So anyways, I just thought that that was a neat experience, and I wanted to share it with you. So, but, and it is not that it wasn't hard. Like sometimes I think you ask God for something and then actually doing it. This has been really hard in some ways, but beautiful. And that he's like right there along with you. I have not done skincare in so long. I feel like I am just like a giant puffball. Ooh. And a messy puffball of that. Hang on, let me find a thing. Okay. So, jellyfish wand. I'd also hoped I would get to go see my Botox girl in Tennessee and my hairdresser, who's one of my great friends, but that did not happen. So that's okay. Maybe I will have to go back for a little bit. And it was such an interesting, the girls every now and then will say things like, I really miss my friends, or I really miss this or that or whatever. And so I was excited for them to go. And this visit, when we were leaving, Lexi was like, I'm glad I came. I'm glad I like saw everybody, but I'm really glad to go back home, and this doesn't feel like home anymore. Like, maybe we'll come like visit grandmom or something for the holidays, but it just doesn't feel like home. And she was like, I don't care if we come back for a long time. And I was like, well, that's so good for you to, I don't know, it's just like I was like, if that's how you feel, like it's good to have closure, you know? So, just in case anybody, I think things are scary, and I would love to be someone that like, you can do scary things. You can like start over. You can change your life. Like just one foot in front of the other and trusting Jesus. Like imagine just having like the God of the universe who can give you anything you ask for. And if you put him first, like I don't necessarily think he's just like a wishing well, right? But I think that he can give you the desires of your heart, and also he can make your heart like his. And it was just such a beautiful reminder that from where we started to where we are in the last 7 or 8 years, that I've gotten to experience just something beautiful. And I have no doubt that I got back here. Adam and I walked down to the beach today while the kids were at school. And he went to Walgreens and got me some goggles because I was like, I haven't snorkeled in so long. Like maybe I'll find some shells, which I did find 3. He got me some goggles and we walked along the beach. And there's a little private beach, maybe 3 minutes from our house, maybe 5, probably 3. And we went down there, and I just sat there in like awe of everything, and I just was emotional about all the things that have been going on. And I just like sat there with him, and he was like, it's so funny, like we used to just only get to do this on vacation every now and then, and it's so crazy, this is our life. And we were just like looking out at the beach, and I was like, it really is. And I was like, I really love it here, and it really feels like home here. And I just feel like that has been something I needed to feel, because the last time a year ago I didn't feel that way. And that this time, all of us, as we got on the plane to leave, we were like, we're ready to go back home. And I don't know, and you never know what could be if you don't take chances, right? Like, and sometimes I've taken chances and I have failed, but I will never have to say like, but what if I had done that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I won't say like, for the boutique, for example, I'd always wanted to do it. It kind of went bottom up, you know, after a few years, but I won't ever be like, but what if I had? Because I tried and I gave it my best, you know? And I think that part of being wise is when you notice something is like not continuing to fill your heart or be the best thing to do, is just to like get out of something before it just crashes. And that's what that was, you know, but I tried. So anyways, okay, I'm gonna read comments because I've just been talking, and I'm gonna drink this because seriously, everything is just so inflamed. So turmeric is really good for inflammation. It's good for like joint pain, soreness. It also has curcumin, which is good for pain. It has black pepper, which helps you absorb it. It has ashwagandha, which helps calm you. So I'm gonna drink this and then read comments. And I think something else that is a hard prayer to pray is like, God, your will be done. Like, if this is not for me, please shut every single door. Make it almost impossible. Make it impossible. If this is not where you want me, but God, if it is for you, like open every door, every window, wide open, clear signs, clear direction. Like, God, I just want to be where you want me to be. And if you haven't prayed that lately, I like challenge you to pray that prayer of like, God, I want to be where you want me to be. Show me how you can use me in a mighty way. Like, show me where you want, and what does that look like? And sometimes I did not think for sure when I prayed for God to give me an open door that it would be to Puerto Rico. I did not even know where Puerto Rico was on the map. I had to look. I had no idea. And so sometimes it might not look like exactly what you expected. I was thinking maybe like Knoxville, which was about, I don't know, an hour and a half away, or Nashville or something. I did not think it would be here, but I just encourage you, like, if you are open to those things happening, that you might end up with something more beautiful than you could have ever orchestrated yourself. Oh, Jessica, she said her husband's job just relocated us away from all 4 of our kids after they started school. Currently moving, evening out and closing soon. It makes me so sad. I'm hoping that they feel at peace with all of it. Transitions are so hard. They really are. I hope that it's just better than you ever imagined. Yes, so we're selling our Tennessee house. We close in November, which is like close. 5 weeks away is when we close. So I just wanted to go ahead and get our things out because if I couldn't get it all out, I needed to be able to go up there in October and do like a phase 2, but we made it happen, so it's a miracle. Becky says, I quit my job of 29 years and it was something I felt in my heart and soul. The leap was the best decision ever. I'm so glad you guys are on tonight. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. What did I put on my face? Sorry, I've done a horrible job. I've been talking and not explaining. I used Jellyfish Peptides. They're from Palmifera. They're in the youth collection. It's the youth ageless sculpting ones, and they just help with puffiness, wrinkles, deep wrinkles. They tighten, and it just helps with your evening out your skin tone. So, and then I'm going to use this little brightening serum. And it's kind of orange, and it's just going to help even out my skin tone as well. And it makes your skin really tight. And then lastly, before bed tonight, I'm going to put on the Youth Activating Serum. It was so fun. I got to see my family. I got to see my sister every day I was there. I got to see her kids. Our kids all got to play together. We got to go out to dinner on nights that after we got done with everything. I did get to see my mom for dinner the last night I was there. And we celebrated Lola's birthday, which is technically Friday, but we celebrated it while we were there. Got to see my aunt and my uncle and like all the things. So I mixed turmeric with heavy cream or not heavy cream, but just coffee creamer, because I do not like the taste of turmeric on its own. It is very spicy. And I like it with a little bit of like either almond milk or regular milk with vanilla, or I personally like it with coffee creamer. Sometimes I do it really hot. Tonight I just did it cold. I have we have not sold the camp yet. It's on the market. We've gotten 2 offers, but we haven't sold it. But that's okay. I totally am totally okay with it. Like the camp, we have someone that runs it. They live on property. It's fixed up and renovated, and it's fine for it to not be sold. So oh, Rondell, thank you. I feel like I've came so far too. I ran across some older videos when I first started doing social media and doing videos to where we are now. And it is just amazing how like confidence changes, or how, I don't know, you feel like your purpose is different. And I really hope that my purpose truly is like help inspire people to be the best versions of themselves, or like as I'm growing and learning things to help teach people, whether that's hair, makeup, life, whatever, just to share it. Does Adam's mom have family around her? Yes. Like most of her siblings live near her. So she is actually going to be moving down here, which I'm really excited about. So she's finishing out her career, and it's her last year to make it her 20-year mark, and then she's retiring and she'll be moving down here. So Kathy, that made me feel so good too. So selling your house, I think, to somebody who really loves it and they were so excited and love all the details, I think that makes it a lot different too. Can we have a group hug? No kidding. Yes. Group hug, everybody. Okay, something I've gotten a lot of messages about was, did we take Papa's chandelier with us? And we did. So years ago, Papa surprised me while I was on a trip and put a chandelier in a house that was actually where I met Adam, that house. And then when we moved to the farmhouse, we put that chandelier above the bathtub in the bathroom. And then this weekend, I had one of our friends came and took it down and is putting up a different light, and that's on the pod headed this way. So the name of our camp is Camp Swan, and it's an Airbnb, and it's in Monteagle, and it's got 10 cabins on it, and then a couple like big party area cabins. Okay. We did go to Chick-fil-A. We did go to Target. We didn't get a lot because we didn't have a lot. It's crazy, you don't have a lot of room to come back, but we went to Chick-fil-A in the airport. So the kids were really happy about that. And we also went to my favorite restaurant in Chattanooga. It's Giordino's. We went there. If you've never been and you're in that area, they have the best Italian food. And Lola did not get to go to Jason's Deli, which she wanted to go to the salad bar. That's the only one I think we didn't get to do. We did. We got to see so many people. I did not get to see Natalie, but she just had a baby. So she has like a 1 week old. And so her life is really, really busy right now. So unfortunately, that's probably the only person I didn't get to see that I wish I'd gotten to see. But I love her. And I know that right now is like, I think the newborn phase is the most challenging phase. And just, we were on like a dusk to dawn tight moving schedule, other than getting Lexi's braces off. So I do not know how long it takes to get our things here, actually. That would be a great question. I know they called today and said they were picking up the pod. No one ever told me you had to put locks on it. So the guy called and he was like, hey, I'm here to pick it up, but it's not locked up. And I was like, well, I'm already back in Puerto Rico. And so I was like, is there any way you could lock it for me? And he was like, we're not really supposed to, like, you have to lock it, like, kind of thing. And I was like, I I don't know what to tell you. I can call Adam's mom, or I can call. And so he ended up saying he could take care of it for me. And that's just a blessing from the Lord. But it was nice he even called, or I would have shipped a pod unlocked. I don't know, I've never done this before, but note to self, if you ever have to move a pod, you're supposed to put a lock on it, which seems like common sense, but it just didn't occur to me. I like clamped the little thing down and I'm like, okay, the doors don't open. So anyways, from San Juan, we're about 45 minutes, unless you hit traffic. Yes, congratulations to Natalie. She was the cutest, tiniest little baby. It was just so cute. So, but yeah. I'm glad I'm back too. So anyways, we will start. I cannot believe it is October, and that we will start the month. I feel like September was the weirdest. August was weird for me too, because I was in the hospital. I just feel like the last little while, it has just been weird. And things are a little like getting kids back in school, or all these moving pieces of our life. And I'm excited to kind of feel like, I don't know, excited to get back in the regular routine of things. Get back on my life schedule, get back to like going on morning walks. So if anyone hasn't like made goals for October, I love making monthly goals. Sometimes I flop at them. Sometimes I crush it. And I'm not too hard on myself. If I have a life event happen, puking kids, and I'm up 3 nights in a row, like I'm not like, I'm doing it to try and become the best version of myself, and it's like giving my best. And sometimes giving my best isn't 100%. Sometimes I even like my steps. There were days this month that I only got like 3/4 of my steps instead of 100%, but it was the best I could do that day, or like mentally the best I could do. And so I'm all about like trying to do your best, like the best version of you. Is this all you can give right now? And there are times where it's like, I didn't go on a walk today because I needed sleep, and this was really the best I could do today to try and be the best functioning human and mom. I have the hiccups. So anyways, if you haven't made October goals and you were just like, we are a couple months from Christmas, so whatever that looks like, if you were like, if it's health goals, if it is mental health, spiritual goals, I always think that right before the beginning of a new month, it's so nice to be like, here's what I want. We are doing a vision board tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I thought about asking, so we have a business coach who has been coaching us for the last couple months. And I thought about asking her, she actually lives local, but she does business coaching for people like all over the world. And I thought about asking her if maybe we could do a little bit of a vision board live. But tomorrow we are doing a vision board for our family, for our goals, for our expectation for like the rest of the year or for the next year. And would anyone be interested in that? I can ask her tomorrow if that is something. But I did not dye my hair a different color, but I feel like where we touched up my roots last, I think it was just a semi-permanent, and it seems lighter to me. I also have like a good bit of grays peeping. So, but color just fades, and I feel a little fadey. Yes, okay, who is showing, can I show people who've lost weight with TrimFit? I can show you like testimonials. I don't have a lot of people's pictures. I should ask for that if anyone feels comfortable and wants to share pictures of their weight loss with TrimFit, but I do get a lot of messages. Ooh, Shonda, that's not bad. Any goals you want, make a bucket list. If goals aren't good for you, a bucket list is great. So I love a fall bucket list, and we are actually going on a little trip, just Adam and I. Actually in like 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks. How is this month? How does this life go so fast? Anyways, we're going soon on a little trip. We're flying up to Boston for like a 4-day trip, and we're going leaf peeping, and we're going through like all the fall leaves, and we're gonna do like a fall bucket list. and I want to get apple cider and all these things. So do not feel bad that one of your things is to make orange Rice Krispie treats. I love it. Yes, definitely interested in a vision board. Oh, Susan said she's down 11 pounds. Thanks, Susan. Autumn says, oh, I follow Michelle Keenan and she's lost 20 pounds. Yes to a vision board. Amen. Some days you just feel accomplished, just making it through the day and having great expectations, but giving yourself grace. I love that. I've never been to Boston. I've actually never been, like, well, I went to New York for a weekend, actually. Adam took me for my birthday. But I've never been, like, in the Vermont, like, area. And I've not ever seen the leaves. I've fall and change up there. I've never done New Hampshire, like that kind of thing. So I get to travel so much, a little jealous. The trip to Tennessee, do not be jealous. That was all work, no play. But this one will be really fun. So we also have a lot of travel points. So when we had the boutique, we bought all of our products on a credit card. And you get travel, we had a travel credit card, and then we would pay it off every month. So keep in mind, all of our business points, we have also blessed people, paid for people to come down here, paid for people to go on trips, but we got a lot of travel credit. And so we do get to travel like a good bit, like using points or using our points for hotels. So that's a way we've gotten to travel, is from just having a business. And even though we haven't had the boutique now in a couple of years, we still have points, which was really lovely. And then another way is just through work opportunities. I could technically go on probably, I don't even know how many trips per year, because I typically will earn a trip. Like, companies will, like, there's 2 trips this year, one to Mexico and one to the Bahamas I won't get to go on because I don't want to leave my kids another time. But it has been an incredible, I wish I could gift it to someone. If I could, I would send you on a trip. I have actually gifted a trip of mine before to someone, and I love getting to do that. Just these 2 brands I can't, but it has, I think that goes back to that, like, praying for the desires of your heart. Like, I never ever traveled, like, we were not a well-traveled, I didn't fly until I was in my mid-20s, like, kind of thing. And so praying for God to, like, God, I want to travel, like, I want to see the world, I want to, like, you will be shocked if you start praying for what your desires are, that you will see opportunities. And a lot of them are things I've just gotten to experience for free. And other people are like, I've had people message, like, I could never do that, like, I don't have your job or whatever. And I'm like, well, I know people who have gotten to go on because a cousin couldn't go on a cruise or something happened. You don't know how God can open doors. You don't limit God. Like, God can do anything. And so if that's a desire of your heart, just begin to pray. The Lord opens that door. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see it opened. Like, so I think vision boards are great to align what you want, because I feel like once you are like, what I want, and then you ask if God is in it, he at least you have somewhere to go. Okay. Shay said she's lost 70 pounds. So she takes TrimFit, greens, and probiotics. Those are all from Beautiful You. Turmeric's from Beautiful You. You can save up to 25% with my code Courtney Swan plus a subscription. And you can cancel the subscription at any time. But I get hundreds and hundreds of customers or messages of people like, TrimFit is so good for appetite suppressant, weight loss. I lost about 60 pounds taking TrimFit. I take it now. I'm kind of have been at a little plateau for a while, unless I need to really watch closely when I'm eating a little more and go to the gym a little more. So partly it's on me, but I have maintained. But TrimFit is fabulous. If you've never tried it, it's amazing. And so congratulations, Shay, on losing 70 pounds. That is amazing. Let's see. what is the best to start with the TrimFit? If you're looking for weight loss, absolutely. If you're looking for weight loss, I would do probiotics. It just helps with your gut health and your digestion and getting rid of toxins. But TrimFit. So I do TrimFit first, then secondly probiotics. Those two would be my weight loss suggestions. Health-wise, I take collagen every single day. It helps with cellulite. It helps with your skin from the inside out. It's absolutely fabulous if you have hair loss or you're wanting your hair to be thicker, your skin to look better. Collagen is a really, really good one. But again, you can use the code Courtney Swan. I put the link, I believe it just says to You Turmeric, but it's for all You products. It's Beautiful You, and that's where all those products are from. They're so good. Okay, Dana said she's been using TrimFit for 2 years now. She's down 75 pounds. That's amazing. Okay, April said she's been on it for about a year and has lost some weight. Oh, you would not have known about Beautiful You if it had not been for me. Well, that makes me excited because 70 pounds is a lot. Okay. Kim loves the orange collagen. It helps her joints hurt less. Yes. So I do still take, I didn't link this, but it's, if you go to CourtneySwan.com, you can check it out, but it's an all natural GLP-1. It's from Make Wellness, and I haven't noticed a ton of weight loss since I've been on it, but I did notice a lot of inch loss, and I dropped about 2 pant sizes in the last few months since I started taking it. So I still do take it every day, and it's just a peptide. It's amino acid based, and you just, I don't know, I feel like everything kind of feels better, and it helps with appetite control, and I had just kind of like froze out, and so this just like helped a little bit with that curve. So whereas I felt like I was kind of, I don't know, looking for something new to help, but I did drop about, I went from like a 12, sometimes 14 to now I'm more of a size 8, 10. So I drink TrimFit 1 to 2 times a day, and I drink it mostly for how I feel. It gives you so much energy. It helps with cravings. This also, you would have to go to CourtneySwan.com. Sorry, I didn't link it, but Make Wellness is the name of that. Probably if you have a lot of weight to lose or you're wanting to lose weight for the holidays, I would do TrimFit, and the GLP-1, like natural peptides is what this is. It's not actually GLP-1. It's an all natural plant-based peptide. So, and it just helps with weight loss. So those two together, that's what I would do. Okay. Let's see. What do I think about colostrum? I think colostrum is amazing for immune support. When my kids got sick recently, I made everybody take it. I took it like every day. I just dry scoop colostrum with the kids. Like you can mix it in their smoothie or whatever, but it helps with not getting sick. It has elderberry in it, it has echinacea, and it has colostrum. So I feel like for anyone with a weak immune system or you're wanting to boost their immune system, it is fabulous. Ooh, ooh. Oh, sorry, I'm making dizzy. But yeah, all those products, colostrum's from Beautiful You. I'll show you how I take it. You can mix it, like I could have mixed it in the bottle with this and just drink it. It's unflavored, but I personally just like it because it kind of tastes like a treat. I'll just take it just like this. Kind of tastes like a cookie, like cookie batter. So I feel like the Make Lean helps with body composition and firming. That would be the only difference that I feel like I noticed with this was like inch loss. My scale changed by about 11 pounds. I still take TrimFit every single day. I just think after a couple of years, if you're anything like me, your body just kind of like gets used to something. I will say, like, when I don't take TrimFit, I just feel like I'm so tired. And when I take it, I feel amazing. It also helps boost your mood. It has amino acids in it. I know people who have gotten off of like antidepressants after they started on it, like just feel so much better in general for the Beautiful You TrimFit. But as far as the peptides, I don't know. I just was looking for like wanting to get probably about the size I am right now. I'm like 165. And for me, this is about where my body is just like kind of always been a thicker, curvier girl. And somewhere between here and like 10 pounds lighter is like my goal range. So you need to try colostrum. You have it, but you haven't tried it, Stephanie. Girl, it's so good. Winter months, if you're worried about getting sick. Echinacea is amazing for immune support. Elderberry, so good. Colostrum is also amazing. It's the first milk from, this is from cows, but it's the first milk for baby cows that is like high in immune fighting, like, or microbacterial, like all of that support. And so by taking it, you're just getting a big dose of support for your system. Yes, so the lean peptides, the Make Lean, it is, if you go to CourtneySwan.com, you'll see that. So, and you'll also see the link for Beautiful You if you need TrimFit or colostrum or whatever. So, I started with TrimFit, and I actually started with something called Modere. It was like a company, I started with their system, and then I had about 8 months of not losing anything, and that's when I started TrimFit. So, I didn't gain, but I kind of went from losing like 70-ish pounds, and then just like up a pound, down 2 pounds, up 3 pounds, down 2. Like I just wasn't, it worked really well in the beginning. Or like a year. It wasn't fast, but it was like consistent. And then I like, and then that's when my sister, she had lost like 70 pounds taking TrimFit. And so I was like, finally kind of like, what are you doing? And I'd been taking their, collagen because I was worried about my skin. And I didn't want like a lot of sagging skin. And so I started TrimFit, and then out of nowhere, I just started losing weight again. And so, out of my whole journey, I've lost about 125 pounds. So I do sometimes gain a little, sometimes I'll lose a little more and then gain a little, so, but overall I've stayed in like a 15-pound window, which I have PCOS. For me, that's really great. I do actually like the Mediterranean diet, Kimmy. I've also had good success on keto, which I have to be like really strict about that. And was I ever on the shot? Yes, I did take that for like 4 months, and it was before I had a breast lift, and I lost roughly like 20 pounds. So it was like 5 pounds a month, but it made me icky sick. So I just needed to get, my A1C was like high, and for surgery, I just needed it to get lower. And so it helped with that. But yeah, so I did try that for a little bit. So about 20 pounds-ish of that 125 was on like a semi-glutide, like Ozempic type drug. So anyways, and any of my messaging or anything, I've always kind of disclosed that. So I feel like, and I'm not against whatever works for whoever needs to try whatever, or what your doctor recommends. Or I think overall health is about finding like what works for you, and no shame in any way anybody is trying to get healthier. So okay, Annette, does TrimFit help you go to the bathroom? Seems like eating protein stops you up. Oh, that is frustrating. I do not notice a difference in bathroom with TrimFit, but greens. Take your greens every day and you will be clean as a whistle. It doesn't give you like runs or anything. It's just like helps you stay very regular. Personally, I don't drink the greens on their own, but I love the greens mixed with TrimFit, and it tastes really, really delicious. Okay, before we go off here, does anybody have any goals that you want to do for October? I'm gonna drink this. I have like limited a lot of sugar. I don't really eat much sugar. I even went sugar free for months where I had no added sugar. I even did no fruit for a while. And then I kind of started feeling like my body needed fruit. So like tonight I had cantaloupe after dinner, and we just had like egg sandwiches, like egg and cheese sandwiches. And now I'm leaning more towards just trying to be like, what is good for my body? And other things I'm wanting to do, if you have an ocean near you, I'm trying to get in the physical ocean more. Meaning like my body is on the sand, my body is in the water, like going underwater, even if I have to wash my hair when I get home, which you do, but like actually getting in the water, I feel like it's so good for just your body. And if you don't have an ocean, magnesium salt flakes are really, really great for your health, and trying to get like magnesium and minerals into your body. But okay, yeah, you look at these. Anyone have experience with intermittent fasting? Tanya, so I know a lot of people who have had great luck with intermittent fasting. Personally, I noticed my blood sugar drops like throughout the night, or drops after eating, and I can't do it. My doctor recommended not to do intermittent fasting for me. I need to be snacking more often and to eat protein with every meal, but that's totally up to you. I just have hypoglycemia, so. Okay, April says, move my body intentionally for at least 15 minutes every day. I love that. Oh no, Bonnie. I need to stay out of bed very depressed. I'm so sorry. Lord, I just pray you like wrap your arms around Bonnie. I pray you fill her with your joy and your love, and help every bit of her heart that is broken, that you just mend, and every bit of her that feels depressed or anxious, that there's no anxiety in the name of Jesus, and depression has to flee. I just pray for her right now, and that you just help her through this time. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Woo! Shay, decorate for fall. Jewel, walking every day. I would like to walk every day too. Oh, Mary, your goal is to be more intentional with your Bible reading time. Same. Clean and declutter your house. So I got so much done in Tennessee, and I came home and I was like, I need to do the same thing for here. I need to go through and like, what have I collected or been sent or have that doesn't fit, or whatever brought with me, but I haven't used it the whole time we've lived here. I need to give it to someone. Have I had any weird side effects with Trim, Fit, or Lean? None. No weird side effects. Okay. Goal is to walk again in October. You got hit by a car in August? I'm so sorry, Keely. It looks like Ivana does a 18-hour fast. So if you have fasting questions, you could comment on hers. Your husband says his goal is to go to sleep. I have like big sleep goals too. Like we lose so much sleep because we will watch TV at night or hang out late at night. And I'm like, I do not want to lose sleep. Sleep is so important. Ooh, Debbie, congratulations. Doesn't fresh cantaloupe and bread for a sandwich raise your blood sugar? Absolutely. So, but because I ate eggs and like chicken sausage, that will make it not tank. If I just had bread and cantaloupe, I would like go high and then I'd crash. So something I have learned, I wear like glucose monitor. Couldn't think of the word. Something I've learned about myself, and the reason I did this is because I was feeling like weird. I would get really shaky. I would be like, I don't know what's wrong. I felt like maybe my blood pressure was high, but it wasn't my blood pressure, it was my blood sugar being low. And so something that has made a big difference is my doctor recommended, but that eating protein, even eating protein before bed. I have like beef jerky that I eat before bed, which sounds so gross, but eating protein before bed, I'm not having like dips in my blood sugar throughout the night. So that's amazing. And then trying to get your protein in through the day. So not just eating something carb rich, but being sure every time I eat a carb, I pair it with a protein so I don't like crash. Do I have a code for Beautiful You? Yes, Christy. I put the link in the description of the video. It actually was linked for turmeric, but it's all Beautiful You products are at that link. And the code is Courtney Swan, and that gets you 15% off. And if you do a subscription, that gets you 25% off, but you can change the subscription at any time. But I personally love being on a subscription because if you, or you could try it on subscription. If you don't like it, they have a money back guarantee, but I like it coming in every month because there's nothing worse than being like, oh no, I ran out. Crud. And then you have to wait for it to come to you. What did I say about magnesium? You take a supplement, but it stays low. Doctor didn't know what to do. Oh, I would chat GPT if you ever are in doubt, but I do magnesium salt baths. So like I will put magnesium flakes in a bathtub and you can absorb the magnesium into your system. And then I also take a magnesium like supplement. And then also the turmeric has magnesium in it as well. Oh, I love this, Debbie. Continue walking every day, but Sundays, and maintain good eating habits through the holiday season. Cheryl's getting her walking pad out again. Am I sunburned? Yes, I did not wear sunscreen today. We listen and we don't judge. It will hopefully be tan tomorrow. But I am a little sunburned. The sun here is strong and powerful. Okay, Michelle has goals to walk at least 20 minutes during her lunch hour. You guys, I am so proud of you. I think it is so good to set goals for the month. Oh, Carla. Well, I love getting on and hanging out. I did find all my letters from Adam. I found all the kids' art. Things that I wanted to like find. I found his Meemaw had this beautiful dish that had a silver spoon in it and like a lid. I found that. I found his Meemaw's china. That was her wedding china. I also found my grandma's wedding china. I found all my mammal stuff that that I was looking for. I found almost everything that I was like hoping I would find. And then some stuff I found that I was like, well, I've had this for a while and I didn't even remember it. You didn't know that? And you're type 2 diabetic. Yes. So if you pair a carb and a protein together, it'll help you not crash. So with Halloween, it's hard cutting out all the sugars for October. It totally is. But something you could do is like, I have done this before, like a 3-bite method. This is really good if you are struggling for, you want a bite of something or whatever. And so a 3-bite method is basically where you're like, try and eat all, like, don't do this when you're hungry. So fill up on healthy foods first, right? Fill up on your salad, huge salad, fill up on veggies, chicken, good amount of protein. Then if you're still hungry or you're still craving something, you're allowed to take 3 bites of a treat. But after 3 bites, you're done. But you're allowed to if you really want it. And somehow there's something about being like, well, I'm allowed to, or that was enough to satisfy. But mostly it's being sure you've eaten really healthy first. And then, but most of the time, if I filled up and I'm not just like ravenously hungry, then I'm like, I really don't need 3 bites of it because I don't really want it because I've already filled up. But sometimes you're like, I want this. Be sure you like eat a healthy snack first. And if you'll do that and drink water or Trimfit or something like collagen, just like sometimes even, I love the collagen and Trimfit because they taste sweet, but they don't raise your blood sugar. And you can do that and it can help with the cravings. Yes, good sleep reduces inflammation and systemic inflammation. Good sleep. yes, not eating 3 hours before your bedtime is a really good rule. I am choosing to just eat protein right before bed because I'm hypoglycemic and my blood sugar drops in the nighttime. It will get around 50, which is not good. Sometimes lower. Anything lower than that, my thing just says it was below it, so I don't know actually how low it gets. But especially if I had carbs for dinner and I didn't eat a lot of protein, it can get really low in the middle of the night. So I'm trying to eat protein before bed. It's almost 10 o'clock here, so I'm gonna call it a night here in a second. I got some good vitamin D in the sun today, yes. We bought that house back in Tennessee in 2019 and renovated all 2020, and we moved in like September of 2020. So we did like a 9-month reno, so that's how long. Oh, I forgot to mention, we did see a snake. We had seen all these snake skins, and then an actual snake was behind the box as we were moving. It scared me to death. Yeah, something I did not realize, in order to lose weight, if you're like plateaued, a lot of times for me and for a lot of other people, you're just not getting enough protein. So if you try increasing your protein, it will make a huge difference. Like, you'll be shocked at maybe how little protein you're doing or things that you can do. Veda was so excited for me to come home. She was so excited, and Ivory, our dog, was so excited she peed on herself. She was like, she's so happy. But Veda got up all throughout the night last night wanting to snuggle. She did not have a good night's sleep. She did not want to go to bed. She just wanted to hang out and snuggle. And I'm hoping we're getting a swam with her and read books to her tonight and spent a lot of like quality time with her today after she got home from school. Hoping that like she will go to bed really well tonight so she's asleep. And I also made her like a chart. You can judge me all you want, but she got to go to the gas station last week. And she got some candy for sleeping all night. And now if she gets 5 stickers, which is 5 nights, she gets to go to Walgreens and she wants to pick out a baby bottle for her babies. So I made her a sticker chart tonight with like 5 squares and a star at the last one for Walgreens. And so I'm hoping she stays in her bed all night because she wants to go to Walgreens. And she said she wants to get a baby bottle and maybe some Flarp. And I was like, what is Flarp? But apparently Adam got her, it's farting slime that you squish it in and it makes a sound. And he got it for her while I was gone, but she added water to it and ruined it. And so she really said she really loves Flarp. And so maybe she'll end up with Flarp instead of a bottle. But trying the sticker chart again. So anyways, who watches her while I'm gone? So Adam didn't come with me to Tennessee. He stayed here with Christian and Beta, and then it was just me and the girls went to Tennessee. So, and then sometimes it will be like my mother-in-law will come down, or like my sister's coming down in a few weeks. And then sometimes like we've even had friends, we've flown friends from Tennessee down here to watch them when we went on a trip before, and we have friends. We have friends and babysitters here too, so really just whatever works out the best. But a lot of times she just comes with us. But this time she just stayed with Adam. So, can you take TrimFit and greens while pregnant or wanting to be pregnant? I would ask your doctor, but I would not take TrimFit while pregnant. I would while nursing, because it gets filtrated like through, or this is up to you. You can ask your doctor what to do. You can take up to a certain amount of caffeine while nursing and your breast milk gets filtered out. But when you're pregnant, caffeine makes your baby's heart rate raise. So I don't even think coffee is good. I realized this when I was getting fetal monitoring. I had a time the baby's heart rate was really, really high. And the doctor was like, did you just have a coffee or anything? And I just had like a Frappuccino. And she was like, oh, well, that's why your baby's heart rate's high right now. And it was like light bulb moment. And I was like, I had no idea me drinking that made the baby's heart rate really high and put stress on the baby. And so I personally wouldn't recommend anything with high caffeine. Greens would probably be fine. You could ask your doctor. I'm not sure. I was not pregnant when I started with this brand. I did, actually, that's not true. I took collagen while I was pregnant with Veda. Again, I was like worried about my skin, and my doctor didn't have a problem with it. So anyways, okay, you guys. Veda, she has so many funny stories. Yes. Also, I need to share a video of her, but she has started diving into the water, and it is the cutest thing you've ever seen. So I'll share that when I get a chance. But tonight I'm going to bed because my goal for October is to get more sleep. I have my Oura Ring charged, and I just want to start walking in the mornings. And in order for me to do that, I have to go to bed earlier so that I'm not miserable. But oh, since PR is a U.S. territory, do you need a passport to visit there? Just curious. No, you do not. You don't have to have a passport to visit here or to the U.S. Virgin Islands or to St. Croix. So all of those you can come without a passport. You don't have to go through customs either, which is really nice. What was the first thing Lexi wanted to eat once her braces were off? She ate gummy bears. So, and she was like, okay, watch me. And she went to eat them and she goes, nothing's different. I was like, well, it's different because it didn't get stuck in your teeth. But she is just all smiles. So, just so cute. All right, friends. I hope my face, I hope the redness goes down. Christian also, I came home. He is so tan. He's been out surfing with some friends this week. And he is, I wish I tanned as well as Christian Wheeler because he's my 16-year-old. And also he got his first car. I'm gonna have to share about that too. But the day I was leaving, Adam went and got him a car. He found a good deal on it the night before, and we were gonna wait to give it to him until his birthday, but his birthday's a few months away, and we don't really have any room that he wouldn't have noticed it. It'd be in our driveway. And he needs to be practicing driving, and kind of driving a not as new first car is better than driving our cars. And so we just went ahead and gave it to him. And so I knew they were going to get it before I left, but I didn't actually get to see it until I got back home. So anyways. All right, you guys, I hope you have the best night. And I will talk to you later. If you need links for anything, you can always go to CourtneySwan.com. If you need the GLP-1 or peptides or anything, that list, it's Make Lean is the product name. It's on there. And if you need any Beautiful You products like turmeric, Trimfit, greens, creatine, anything like that, Colostrum, they have a huge product line. Any of them, you can get those at Beautiful You and use my code. So where did I find your link? You can go to CourtneySwan.com and you'll see my Beautiful You link. You'll see the Make You link. All my links and all my codes are listed at CourtneySwan.com. And then also the Beautiful You is in the description of this video as well. So that's where you find them. Marsha. So, and if you have questions, you can always send me a message. So it is so awesome that he's trying surfing. He's been doing like guitar, and he has pottery classes coming up. It's just been a really fun year. He's in 11th grade, and this has just been probably the most fun we have had. We are taking a different approach to homeschooling this year, of like him deciding what electives and what things and how he wants to learn. And it has been a really fun year. So anyways, Vicky, thank you for hanging out with me. So everybody, I hope you get a great night's sleep. And tomorrow is October 1st, so we'll start all our goals tomorrow. So anyways, bye guys.